Hello everyone, and welcome back. I had to stop at the store today, and I had a pitcher pump there, which I've been looking for at a couple places and couldn't find one, and never really ordered one online. And we have the two sandpoint wells here, and of course I don't know if either of them works or not, so I picked this up so we can see. Neighbors had a whole bunch of trees taken down on the left side of their house, and now this is probably the third time they've been back with these little excavators. I think they're pulling out the stumps. They must have wanted to have more yard on the one side of the house because it was all trees. So for this one, I get really good suction, but it should easily be able to pull the water up. And I just don't think that this one, when I first dropped something down here, earlier this year I put something down there and there was water, but that was after the snow and everything melted, and now it's just not really cranking up. So let's go try the one inside the chicken coop. You can hear that air coming in. That's dirty stuff now. Get you some new water, chickens. You can see it starting to clear up now. That's usually how this is. But it'll still, I don't know, every 6 or 8 it'll get a little bit of air, so I don't know if that means that the sand point isn't filling in fast enough. I mean, who knows how many years that thing has been down there. But this will help. Look at how that's getting nice and clear now. Last thing I want is chickens crapping down the pump. At least we know that 1 out of 2 of the sandpoint wells does pump water. So eventually here I want to start making these potato boxes that I'm going to put behind the bales. But this junk pile over here, this last weekend I posted a picture when I posted the bales on the Joe and Zach Survival and Northern Seclusion Facebook page, and it showed Melissa mowing the very first time. You can see her, she's right here on the kind of on the back side of this back and right side of this junk pile. And then at that time this was that blue tarp metal structure, ugly, just gross. And I'm thinking to myself, this stupid pile that sits here all the time is what you see every time you drive up. And it wasn't that big of a deal before because there was so much other crap behind it that it kind of blended in with everything. So So I'm thinking right now, right now there's the shutdown is going on, all burning is banned in the state, and this time of year in the spring, before things green up, everything is, you can't burn anyway. You can have a campfire that's enclosed, in a fire ring and everything, but you can't just open burn. And up here with all the wind, I'm very cautious on burning because, one spark goes from here and jumps over and gets in that grass, and all of a sudden I got stuff burning all over the place, and I'm paying for the fire department to be out here to help put it out. That pile over there, I will be comfortable burning. I'm gonna wait probably until I know it's gonna rain for a couple days and burning is open, everything is greened up, and I'll tarp the top of it, let it rain, and then burn it when everything is wet, because that one is gonna burn down within, 1 hour, and that thing is pretty small. That's a lot of dry pallets and everything there. And I've got this pile over here that keeps growing and growing just because we keep finding so much junk buried. And so this has turned into what was a brush pile to more of a somewhere to put all of the junk. So with this one here, either I'm gonna have to push it into smaller piles to burn or bite the bullet. I could fit this probably into a 30-yard dumpster. What's there now, there's probably a little bit more than that. I might end up getting a dumpster and putting it in the dumpster and having them haul it out. It all depends on what else I dig up around here. So now I'm thinking, and I was talking to Melissa about this, because this pile, I'd say about that high. There's ashes in there. There's a old bed spring in there. I'm thinking, why am I looking at this pile? Why don't I scoop this pile, put it back by the back pile, and then deal with all of it at the same time, instead of have to drive up the driveway every day and seeing this. It's just a total eyesore, and with all the other nice stuff we've done around here, this is what you see when you drive up. The tractor is not the ideal machine for doing this, but it's what I've got. So I want to just push in there, see how hard that is to scoop. That'd be so nice if that was gone. This ground down here is still frozen solid, so I'll just take what I can, and then over the next few days it'll start to thaw out and I can dig it. Okay everyone, well it's after 10 o'clock and we're going to bed. I started this video this afternoon, but I did go down to work today, worked and then came back up here, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Good morning everybody. It's actually about 10 o'clock right now. I just got out of the shower. I have to go down to Menards and I'm running into Melissa's work today. I had a dream last night that I looked out the window here over on this side and somebody had dropped off piles of junk. There was cut up wood and I think I've been cleaning too much. I doubt you can see it, but the military planes are flying up there. I'm done with my shopping. Now I'm coming down the hill into Duluth here, cross over the bridge, and I'm bringing lunch to Melissa. At this time in 2 days, I'll be trying to figure out what I'm going to eat for lunch when I'm at the tent. Okay everyone, let's go back to Minnesota. Well, I have the one little raised bed put in here. We were going to do a second one over there, but talking to Melissa, she got home from work and there's some more bales that are available because this right here is all I could find. So we might just extend that bale row out here, extend this one up to here. We could continue, and if there's enough bales, we could actually do a whole third row right here. And in right the raised bed thing, I want to put onions because they wouldn't do good in the hay bales. So we'll for sure do that. I do have some asparagus crowns I want to plant. I could probably put them in here. It's hard to say, but with onions, you could put them in here every 3 inches and do real well. So that's definitely what we're going to put some onions in. Had a little sinkhole right here that appeared after winter. Probably was where there was a stump. That might even have been where I burnt that one. I don't know. Anyway, got that filled in here. I wish when I would have been at the store I would have got some grass seed and tossed some in there. If we're going to extend the hay bales, I'm going to extend my potatoes out too. She has some purples, and I would plant purples then. We'd have the whites, the reds, and then the purples going over here. But I dug up these raspberry plants yesterday, and that one bunch of spearmint, I think is what it is. I need to get the raspberry plants planted. I think I'm going to plant the spearmint right here because this stuff is about as invasive as it gets. And if this grows out, it's just going to get mowed down. So I was just inside talking with Melissa, and we want to plant strawberry plants, and they're usually I would just pick them up at, you know, one of the stores bare root, but I haven't found any, so I went online and I just ordered 150 strawberry plants bare root, and all of them are good for zone 3, and we're zone 3 here because of the lake. Zone 4 just below us. But anyway, I got 5 different varieties, I think, and they're all zone 3. So they don't ship though until the end of this month, so we won't really get anything out of them this year, but next year. And then we'll just make sure that we mulch them really good before winter, like put a layer of straw over them. I don't do that down at the hobby farmhouse when I had strawberries down there, but it's a little colder up here. Well, that was all the plants I dug up this time. I'll check again when I go down there before. There are some that are popping up in the yard that are just like an inch tall. And these, I can tell that some of these, like this one right here, didn't like how cold it got out last night. Well, I'm going to till a third row here. It's about 7:45 right now, but I'd like to get at least the initial till done. This post is right in the middle of the row, and I could pull it out, but both Melissa and myself kind of like the old post sitting here. These are real sturdy in there, and so I'm going to leave them, and if it bugs me in the future, we'll pull it, but for right now, it's going to be fine. I don't think I mentioned it in any of the videos yet. I put it up on the Jones Act Survival Northern Seclusion Facebook, but Melissa and I bought a 8-foot disc to pull behind the tractor. It's a John Deere disc. It's got the wheels on it, so it's got hydraulic that lifts it up and down. Everything here is so rough, and we're going to start by practicing over here. And then I want to get this all disked and then go over it with a drag. I don't know, now they kind of call it a harrow, or I was trying to look it up, and when I was a kid, we'd disc it, we'd drag it, we'd plant it. So, and then I wanted to put like a pasture seed, but it's just so rough right now, it's horrible. And we want to leave this open though, so that we can drive like through here, and then if a person wanted to, come around here and then drive straight down toward the back there. Because if we ever do get cows or anything and you're bringing in a trailer with them on there, this would be a great big loop. You could just loop around. There's nothing tight about it at all. Well, there's a big part of me that wants to till another one. It's 8 o'clock right now. I've got to get inside because I've got all of the video clips loaded into the editor for the last video that I haven't even posted yet, but the last video you watched, if you're watching this one, and I have to get it edited. I think I have 2 hours and 34 minutes of video clips, which will boil down to 25 minutes to a half hour of video, but still I have to go through all 2 hours and 30 some minutes to get it done. I'll be here tomorrow, and then Thursday morning, up to the tent. Okay everyone, well it's 10:42 and I just got done editing that video. I am going to bed. Good morning everybody. It is absolutely gorgeous out today. It's supposed to be a high of 63 I think. And then for like the next 8 days it's going to be chillier, but today I mean there's no real wind yet or anything. I just pulled the two 40-pound cylinders out of the fifth wheel. I've got the new 30-pound there that I just purchased to run the crawfish boiler when that time comes, and I have some errands to run today. I need to go to the post office. I need to stop at the grocery store and get a few things for the tent. And when I'm out, right over by the post office is a place where I can fill up the propane. So I'm going to get all three of these filled up at the same time. I was talking with Melissa last night about how we want to extend these bales out. And I think what I'm going to do, if I were to add a bale here, it would end like right about here. I think what I'm going to do is extend this all the way over to the bale and then put a second tier on top of it so it's, you know, it's up here, you're not bending over as far. And then we're just going to leave that. I can plant a lot more onions in there. I don't know, we were just talking and it seems like that might be the better route to go. We'll see. I haven't got to it yet. Didn't gain anything overnight. We're still at 1.5 inches. Let's go take care of my errands so I can get back here and make something of the day. Well, I filled up with all the propane, stopped here at the post office. Now we have to go to the grocery store and then back to the farmhouse. All my shopping is done. It takes quite a bit. This is the first time up to the tent in the spring, so I got to buy a bunch of canned vegetables, and so I got all of that. And then I stopped at a liquor store, and now I just have to fill up with fuel, and I shouldn't have to go anywhere until I leave tomorrow morning. Well, I'm going to run in and have some lunch. Just filled up the chainsaw with gas and oil. Put that in the truck in case I need it up there. I threw a dog kennel in also. I mean, we've had Joni and Nellie up to the tent, but never Joni and Chunk. So if one of them isn't one that can lay in front of the wood stove at night and sleep without nosing around everywhere, I'm going to have to throw them in a kennel. Well, Melissa just called. She's on her way home from work, and she said when she was, I don't know if it was today when she was driving in. Anyway, they have these like portable greenhouse places you can buy plants that they set up. And this year it's in the parking lot, she said, of the movie theater. And she said she thinks that they had fruit trees there. And I said, hey, you want to meet me there? And she said, sure. So I'm going to drive over there. Well, here's the plum tree that we got. It's Mount Royal plum. Anyway, I'm not going to plant it today because now we're under a freeze warning here. Over the next 4 or 5 days, some of the mornings are going to get down into the low 20s. So I'm not that it's going to hurt this thing, but I'm just going to leave it, and I will plant it after we get back from fishing. Sometime next week I probably will. Hey girls, how's it going in here? Look like you're doing pretty good. Looks like we got 3 eggs today. Melissa bought some of those porcelain eggs. And since I don't see colors very good, I have a very hard time. So luckily they're a little lighter than a regular egg, so I can tell. And I kind of keep the colors different, the ones I can see on top, and I can see that we have 3 eggs today. I have 2 buckets of water in here for the chickens. I've got their feeder filled up, so they're good until, I mean, Melissa's not going up north until Friday night, but still, these guys will be good until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I don't know what's up with you 3 ducks. They were laying eggs when they first showed up here, but they haven't started laying again. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. It's 7:15 right now, and I have to get some things packed up because by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm heading to the tent. I will see you guys on the next video.